to the wrong people. In tonight's training, I'm going to be teaching on what every writer should know about copyright. And this training is for wealthy authors only. Okay, wealthy authors only. Now, here's the deal. The truth of the matter is, all writers are wealthy. At least all writers have the potential to be wealthy if they would only understand the power of the pen. The power of the pen. You see, if you can read, if you can write, you can create wealth. The act of writing is a wealth creating act. So in this training, and this is going to be an extensive training, this is going to be teaching, this is going to be supporting you in a lot of different ways. So I'm going to be on for a while. So if you really want to get real value out of tonight's training, I'm going to encourage you to grab your pencil and a piece of paper and sit down and let's get ready to go. I'm Dr. Fred Jones, the book coach and the world's only bookologist. I help you write a book, build a brand, and grow a business. If you're looking to do that, you're in the right space. I serve women of faith, women who believe in self-investing, and women who want to build a business based off of their best-selling story. If that's you, you're in the right space. Listen to the right guy. Okay, we're going to serve and support you tonight in a real big way. So I want you to come on in, get a pencil and a piece of paper, and we're going to be talking about some stuff that's going to be very supportive. I'm going to be giving you what every writer should know about copyright. Copyright, what every writer should know about copyright. What is a copyright? Okay, a lot of people are writing and publishing books, and we want to make sure you get this thing right because we want to help you write your book right the first time so that it'll work for you for a lifetime. Okay, so what I want you to do is go ahead and put in the comment box Article 1, Section 8. Article 1, Section 8. Paradigm Shift over on Periscope. Good to see you. Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead and invite your followers. I'm going to go over on Periscope and I'm going to share this live over to LinkedIn, and we're going to get rolling. Okay, we're going to get rolling. So what I want you to do is go ahead and... Okay, so I had the volume up there, and it came on, and we're doing it. Okay, I want you to put Article 1, Section 8, Clause 8. That is the law part of the writing. That's the law that protects your intellectual property. Okay, now here's the deal. All of our teaching tonight is going to be educational information only. Educational information only. I started to put in the comment box for serious authors only, for serious authors only. So hello to all my friends over on Periscope. I see all of you over there. If you're chiming in from Facebook, why don't you go ahead and let me know where you're chiming in from. I really want to serve and support you. I want to help you navigate through all the legal stuff that has to do with writing and publishing a book. There's a lot of legal stuff with writing and publishing a book, and we want to help you all work through that and get through it in a way that you can protect your intellectual property. That's what I want you to do. Okay, now, how do you, when you write, you know, I've served and supported a lot of authors over the years, and here are a few of my authors. Here's just a few of my authors. I got a few of their books right here. Okay, this is a book that was written by one of my authors, Louise Hornsby. She's a lawyer out of Atlanta, Georgia. She wrote that book right there, and I got several other books here that are written by my clients, okay? So where are you chiming in from? Go ahead and put that in the comment box, and we're going to get started right now. Okay, so I started in this space in 1991, became a bestseller in 2015, and then matched my salary, matched it in 16, and now here I am here serving and supporting you. Listen, folks, my story along the way of protecting my intellectual property, it's been a real journey, a real journey. And perhaps in this live, I'll share with you some of my story about some of my failures. I failed. Let me go ahead and just help you out right up front. I got a list of failures. I failed the bar exam, not one time, not two. I'm talking about the bar exam before I became a lawyer. I failed that exam 6 times. I failed the exam 7 times before I passed it. 7 times. 5, 6, 7. I failed the bar exam 7 times. Listen, folks, I failed in my marriage. I wasn't a faithful man. I didn't know how to be a responsible husband, and I failed in my marriage. Now, what I'm teaching you right now is copyright. This is my story. I'm putting it in fixed form. It's recorded, and then I'm sharing it. That's copyright. The copyright is the legal interest in your material. Now, all of this training is educational training only. It's not legal advice. You're encouraged to get you a lawyer or find somebody to help you if you got questions about a specific issue. But I failed in my marriage. I wasn't faithful. And guess what else, folks? I failed in my ministry. So I failed the bar in the marketplace. I failed in my marriage, and I failed in my ministry. You say, what do you mean you failed in the ministry? When you find yourself sleeping with the sheep, you have fallen. I take no pride in acknowledging that, but I do admit that that was an all-time low for me. Okay. And ever since then, I got up, I got help. I went to classes. I got into counseling and therapy for more than 7 years. Can someone put the number 7 over on Periscope? Can I get you to put the number 7? I went into therapy for more than 7 years of being made whole and being made complete. And after I got my feet back up on the ground, the Lord gave me ministry. He gave me a wife, and I ultimately passed the bar exam. And now I'm a member of not only the Louisiana State Bar, but the State Bar of the United States Supreme Court Bar. Okay, can we get started in the teaching now? Enough about me. I want to support you tonight on this beautiful Friday night. Okay, let's go live here, folks. Okay, if you're going to understand copyright, you got to know how to own and control your creation. You got to own and control your creation. Here recently, Tyler Perry announced that he became a billionaire, right? Billionaire, right? With the B, right? But one thing he said he did was he controlled his intellectual property, okay? Now, when you talk about intellectual property, you see these things like copyright, you see these things like fair use, you see these things like public domain, okay? You see questions like license. You hear these things, but how many writers really understand them? Now, this legal stuff ain't sexy, but it sure is serious. You follow me? Because if you don't understand these concepts, you will write up a masterpiece and somebody else will own it. You'll create a course and somebody else will have control of it. Okay? Copyright, fair use, public domain, and license are all very serious things. You know, like what does owning a copyright mean? What is a copyright? Okay? And now stay with me and I'm going to make it simple. Okay? Now, the main thing you want to do is be able to control your works and avoid lawsuits. Okay? If you're with me over on Periscope, go ahead and put a comment in the comment box, folks. Show me some hearts. Show me that you're there. You want to control your work and you want to avoid lawsuits. Okay? Now, there are 3 things you want to know. 3 things you want to know. You want to know what you own. You want to know what others own, and you want to know what no one owns. Okay, now there it is right there. There are 3 things you want to know when it comes down to copyright: what you own, what others own, and what no one owns. And when you can get those 3 down right there, you're on your way to write your worth, build your brand, and grow your online business in a way that will stand. I've seen a lot of people on these internet streets. I've seen a lot of people running around in this World Wide Web. I've seen them come in and I've seen them go out. And you know what happened? Many people don't last because they don't build their brand or their business in a way that it will last. And the only way that you can build a business out here on online that's going to really last is that you do it in a way in which you protect your intellectual property. Protect your intellectual property. And that is the main thing that you got to focus on if you're going to stay active and if you're going to be able to stay in this space out here, because if not, it won't work. Okay? It won't work. Now, I'm not going to get in a real big hurry here tonight because what I'm going to be teaching you is very, very valuable, and I'm not going to rush. Okay? So you got to know what you own, what others own, and what no one owns. The biggest thing out there. Now, here's what's important, okay? If you're taking notes, write them down. Put down the year 1978. It was in 1978 that the copyright law changed, and we began to get a new law that enabled us to make it easier for people to copyright. 1978 made it an easier for us to copyright. That was a new copyright law. Okay. Now, what is who owns a copyright? Now here's the deal. It is called a copyright. Okay, so look, I want you to see something here. I want you to see something here. Okay, in all of these books, okay, one of the first things that you want to see in most of every book is what? You're going to see a copyright page. You're going to see a copyright page. And the copyright page is going to be inside the book, inside the front cover of the book, and you just always going to see that inside the book. Okay, inside the book, there's going to be a copyright page, and the copyright page is the page that's going to talk about who owns the book and what's the book is being protected by, and so forth. Okay, right here. Okay, you see right here, it's the copyright page. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's the copyright page. Okay, it's the inside of the book. It's the first page of the book. And I can tell you now, folks, okay, see right there? Copyright. All right, right there? Copyright. It's this over here. Copyright. Okay. Let me just tell you now. The most important page in the book, is it the cover? Is it the interior? Or is it the copyright? What is the most important page in the book? I'm here to tell you, hands down, it is your copyright page. The most important page in the book, hands down, is the copyright page. Okay, so a copyright is a singular noun, but it is a basket full of rights. Did you hear what I said? Copyright is a singular noun, but it is a plurality of rights. Okay, that's the key to understanding copyright. Copyright is all the intellectual property that you are creating when you write. Okay? Now, as soon as you put an idea in fixed form, somebody should say fixed. The word fix means put it on paper. The word fix means put it in a photo. The word fix means put it in a video. The word fix means put it in an audio format. The word fix literally means what we're doing right here. When I go live and I create a live, this live is in a fixed form. And this fixed form allows me to create a copyright. And so I can download this. I can get the transcription of this. Many people think when you go live online here, you think you're giving your rights away to this material. You're not giving it away. You're only giving a license to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you are, you're giving them a license to use it. But guess who still owns it? You own it. I own it. If I want to use it and print it in different formats or publish it in a book or whatever else I want to do with it, I'm the owner of this, okay? So as soon as you put your idea in a fixed form, whether it's on a pad, a paper, or a smartphone, or recording device, or your own, it is your own creation. It's your own creation, okay? And that is the key. Now, I want you to understand this. I want you to pause. I'm going to slow down just a little bit, and I want everybody to hear me. Writing is the action of thinking. I want that to soak in, okay? Let that soak in. Writing is the action of thinking. We all have thoughts, and when we put them in writing, that's putting them in an express, tangible form, and that, my friend, is considered your copyright, okay? And copyright is a law that protects you as a creator under Article 1, Section 8, Clause 8 of the United States Constitution, okay? That's copyright, okay? So who owns a copyright? The originator. Put that word down. This is why it's called a copyright, because the person who first write the copy owns the copy, okay? The originator owns it. That's why if you are an author and you tell your story, then you are the originator in telling your story. Therefore, you own that script and it's your intellectual property, and your intellectual property is protected through copyright law. Okay, everything else about copyright law is complex. Okay, that's the simple stuff. Everything else gets a little bit more complex. Behind every word, even though as an ordinary original, fixed, published, display, performance, commission, apparent, there are volumes of legal cases and heated discussions over what all of this stuff really means. Okay, so we talked about who owns a copyright. Who owns a copyright? You should say me. Now, the tricky part about this is you own the copyright, but what happens if you allow somebody else to publish your story? What happens if you let someone else publish your writing? You give them publishing rights. Hello. And the publisher has more rights over your work than the originator or the author, because the publisher has control. Okay. Now let's answer question number 2. What does copyright ownership mean? What does it really mean to own a copyright? Okay. Am I helping anybody? Am I helping anybody here tonight? Okay. A copyright is what is called intellectual property. Okay. All of you over on Periscope, I see you over there. Okay. And those of you on Facebook, I see you there. And I want to thank all of you all for coming in. And let's keep going. We're talking about something very, very important for every writer. What does copyright ownership mean? A copyright is what is called intellectual property. Okay, somebody needs to write on your notes IP. Your copyright is IP. It's intellectual property. And as the owner of a U.S. copyright, you have the exclusive rights. Oh boy, excuse me. Okay, when you own a copyright, you have exclusive rights. Now, that's a word that every writer needs to know. And that word is exclusive rights. Exclusive rights mean you own it all by yourself. So when you begin to write out your manuscript, you might write it out on a legal pad like this. Okay, you might start writing out like that. Okay, on a legal pad. You exclusively own this right. You exclusively. This belongs to you until you do what? Until you publish it. And when you publish it, you've now given control to the publisher. And that leads us to this concept that many people talk about called what? Self-publishing. Okay? When you self-publish, you control more of your rights. More of your rights, okay? And that's so important, okay? Now, let's keep on going. Okay? Now, number 1. So when you have exclusive rights, let's talk about what you can do with a manuscript when you have exclusive rights. Number 1, you can reproduce the work, okay? You can reproduce the work. So right here, I could take whatever I've written here and reproduce it in a book. I can reproduce it in a movie. I can reproduce it in a video. I can reproduce it in a screenplay. I can reproduce it in a blog. I can reproduce it in an article. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you have exclusive rights to your copyright, you can reproduce that work, okay? Number 1 is reproduce. You can reproduce that work. Number 2, what else you can do? You can sell the work. You can distribute the work. You can commercially exploit the work. What if somebody likes something that you wrote and they want to take one line out of it? I remember listening to an artist who wrote a song, and there was a movie that was produced, and they wanted to use portion of her song in the movie. And she came and she was telling us her story, and she said, that royalty check that she got from the movie for them using the words to her song was really sweet. You see, this is why you want to properly publish your book, so that you can have exclusive rights to it, so that after you go out here and you build this empire online and you build this following online, but if you haven't properly put your copyright in place, you won't have control of it, okay? You won't have control. This lady right here, Dr. Smalley, she wanted to control her copyright. She wanted to control her intellectual property. So she came to me and she's like, help me get it right. I want to get it right. Okay. Dr. Shalia Smalley down in Leesburg, Florida. She was a professor. She wanted to get her copyright right. She didn't want to give it away to a publishing company. Okay. So I'm talking about what you can do with a copyright. Number one, you can reproduce it in multiple forms, books, series, articles. You can reproduce it. Number two, you can sell it. You can sell your copyright, or you can commercially exploit your copyright. Those are the two main things that you can do with a copyright. You can sell it, distribute it, or commercially exploit. Now, the word exploit is a legal term which means really to maximize. So when you exploit a work, you maximize that work. You get the most out of that work. That's what exploit literally means, okay? It's not a bad term. I'm talking about what you can do with your exclusive copyright. And when you self-publish, you are exclusively protecting your copyright, okay? Don't ever get that twisted, my friends. Don't get it twisted. When you self-publish, you are maintaining exclusive rights over your intellectual property. You know why? Hello, over on Periscope. Good to see you. Because when you self-publish, you are the publisher, you are the author, and you are the writer. When you self-publish, you immediately take on three different roles. You're the writer, you're the author, and you're the publisher. Okay, come on, somebody. I know this is good. I had a guy come to me one time. He said, you know what? I'm co-authoring my book with my ghostwriter. I looked at the guy. I said, you don't understand how the cow licked the calf. I said, you don't co-author with a ghostwriter. A ghostwriter is a ghost, and they're not to have anything to do with your book. You're supposed to pay them, and they're supposed to get lost. That's a ghostwriter, okay? All right. The third thing you can do with your copyright is you can create derivative works, such as translations, adaptations, or sequels, or abridgments. You can create derivative works, okay? That's a big old word that every writer ought to know. Every writer needs to know what is a derivative work. A derivative work is a work that's produced from a previous work. Say, like if you write a book and it's 30,000 words, you can come back and take that 30,000 word book and whittle it down and make it 10,000 words and put a different title to it and a new name to it, and you have a derivative work from the original work. That's what you can do with a copyright when you control the copyright. But if somebody else controls the copyright, and they're controlling the publishing, and they're controlling the marketing and the promoting of your book, then you're going to have a hard time going back and changing that work. I see a lot of people, they do these collaborations. They get into these big groups and they pay somebody else to be a part of a collaboration. And then all of a sudden they publish this work in this big old group. And all of a sudden it's like, the work is published and now the group is no longer talking. Somebody done fell out and they don't even get along anymore, but yet you've contributed to a collaboration and you ain't even talking to the people anymore. What are you going to do? Can you create a derivative work from your collaboration? Probably not. Probably not. And if so, then you're going to have to go through a whole lot of red tape to get your 500 words separated from that group of work. Okay, so be careful there. Be very careful there. Okay, you can create derivative works, or you can display and perform the work publicly, either live or in a recorded form. You can display the work or you can perform the work. Okay, so I've given you 4 things you can do with your copyright. And when I say your copyright, think about that as your manuscript. If you want to get a mental impression of what is a copyright, it's your manuscript. And realize that that single manuscript, that 20,000 words, that 5,000, that 10,000 words, that single manuscript right there that you have, it has a bundle of rights that go with it, okay? The rights to publish, the rights to promote it, the rights to do video, the audio rights, the performance rights, the movie rights, the big screen rights. Your manuscript has a boatload of rights to it, okay? So you can reproduce the work, you can sell or distribute the work, you can create derivative products from the work, or you can display or perform the work publicly. All of these are things that you can do when you own your copyright, okay? And most people who self-publish, they own their work. Most people who self-publish own their work, okay? Now, so we've talked about who owns a copyright. What does a copyright mean? We got that. Now I want to talk to you a little bit about what is protected by copyright, okay? What is protected by copyright? Are you all getting value? Are you getting value on Periscope? Are you getting value right here on Facebook? I know you are. I would just love to hear you put a comment in the comment box. Put a comment in the comment box, okay? Part 3, I want to deliver on this. What is protected by copyright, okay? Now, this is something to take from this will bring home the bacon. Literary works. What is a literary work? A literary work is a writing. Musical works includes lyrics, drama, pictorial, graphic, sculptural work. All of that, recordings, all of that is protected by copyright. Literary work is the writings of an author, the writings. It's all protected by copyright, okay? Now, what is not protected, okay? Did I help you out on what is protected? Your writings are protected. Your songs are protected. Your poems can be protected. Your drawings can be protected. Your audio recordings can be protected. Your videos can be protected. Your architectural drawings can be protected. Your pictures that you take with your camera can be protected. All of these things, choreographic works, pantomimes, are protected by copyright. But as an author and a writer, the most important thing for you to know is that your manuscript is copyrighted. Your manuscript is copyrighted, okay? Now, what's not protected by copyright? Titles are not protected. Names are not protected. Short phrases, slogans, although they may be liable, you can register them as trademark, but it's not copyrighted. Okay, you're not going to get copyright protection on the title of your book. And most people get this wrong. Most people come and say like, well, I don't want to tell anybody my title because I don't want anybody to steal my title. They can't steal your title. They're not going to steal your title. Your book cannot, your title is not copyrightable. Okay, now you have that title, and the fact that your name is the name of the author of the book, then that's what's going to give you your real protection. Okay, all right. So raw data is not protected. Works that are not put in a fixed form is not protected. Guess what? Are your thoughts protected by copyright? Are your thoughts protected by copyright? Are you ready for the answer? No, your thoughts are not protected. Your thoughts are only protected if you put them in a what? Fixed form. In a fixed form for your thoughts, number one is to what? Write it down. That's the number one way to protect your thoughts, is to first write them down. It's got to be in a writing. That's the first thing that's got to happen. It's got to be in a writing. And when you got your thoughts written down in a writing, then you got something in a fixed form and they can be protected, okay? So your thoughts are not protected until you put them in a fixed form, okay? Ideas, procedures, methods, or concept, they're not protected. They're not protected, okay? Now, question. Is the copyright with the C required? Do you have to have the little C in the circle to protect your copyright? Not technically, but use it anyway, because when you put that little C on your work, it lets people know that you understand that what you have is valuable. You follow me? And that is the key for people to know that what you have is valuable. And if your work is properly marked, then the infringer may not be able to claim innocent infringer. Okay? So here's the deal, folks. You should always put the copyright notice on your material whenever you're writing. If you don't learn nothing else from this live tonight, learn that. Whenever you're writing your manuscript, whenever you even send it to the editor, put the copyright notice on there. Put the copyright notice on there and send it over to the editor, and that'll let the editor know that you are serious about protecting your work. If you're going to let someone look at it and review over it, put the copyright notice on it, and they're going to understand, hey, listen, you know what? I better approach this person on a different level because I'm not going to fugaboo them and use their work. Okay. So innocent infringer, that's a term that you might want to put down because people will play the ignorant card on you. Okay. Did you hear what I said? People will play the ignorant card on you, or they'll play the stupid card. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, I thought that was my work. Oh, I thought I did it. No, they're playing stupid on you, and you need to be able to let them know that this work was copyrighted. It was protected long ago, and you're not going to get away. And then, boy, oh boy, and then you can let them know that they got to stop and they got to respect your work. Okay. So when you put the copyright notice on there, your year of the first publication, you put the year that it was first published, which means the year the work was first distributed to the public. So if you put your work out there and if it goes past one other person, it's published, okay? Anytime you take your work and it's shown to one other person, it's published. Then you want to put the year of the publication out there so that people will know. BMAX 764 on Periscope, welcome in. You want to put the year out there so folks will know when you protected that work, okay? Then you want to put the name of the copywriter. Copyright 2020, March, okay? Fred Jones Unlimited, or Publish Me Now University, okay? Or Frederick Jones. You want to put your name and or the company name after you put the copyright notice, okay? Name of the copyright owner, which may be the pen name or the name of the entity, such as a corporation. If there's more than one copyright owner, name them all. Put all the copyright owners' names inside the registration or on that little notice so that the world will know that you are a smart writer. You are a wealthy writer because you're going to protect your work. Okay, so is the copyright notice required? Yeah, there are three parts to the notice. There are three parts. You know, the little C, the copyright in a circle, or copyright. So you put copyright, and then you put the first year of the publication, and then which means that the work was first distributed, or you put the unpublished material and notice unpublished work with a C and the name of the copyright owner. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put this on the screen for you, okay? I want to put this on the screen and show you how this copyright notice should go, all right? So hold tight right here. Okay, so I'm going to put it right here on the screen and I'm going to show it to you. You're going to go copyright C-O-P-Y, okay, C-O-P-Y-R-I-G-H-T, copyright, okay, 2020, and then copyright year publication, and then I'm going to put, I'm gonna put my name first, F-R-E-D, Fred Jones, and then I'm going to put Publish Me Now, P-U-B-L-S-H, Publish Me Now University. Then I'm going to go out even a little bit further, and I'm going to put Fred Jones Unlimited, Fred Jones Unlimited, L-I-M-I-T-E-D, all right? And then I'm going to go a little bit further. Watch this now. This is going to be real good. This is going to be real good, okay? And then I'm going to do one other thing, okay? Hey, Bill Porter, thank you. And then I'm going to say this. Watch this. Watch this. L-R-G-H-T-R-I-R-E-S-E-R-V-E-D. Boom. Okay, now, you see that right there? You see what I just put on the screen right there? That is so real right there. I want you to take a screenshot of that. I want you to take a screenshot of that. Get a screenshot of that because you're going to love that. You're going to love that right there. Get a screenshot of that, okay? Copyright 2020, Fred Jones. That's me personally. Publish Me Now. That's the name of my university. And then Fred Jones Unlimited is the name of my legal name of my company, okay? So you want to put all of that there. And when you put that there, thank you, Bill. And then when you put that there, what that will do, I'm going to put it back up here. What that will do right there is that'll protect you. Now, you could do the little C in the circle, copyright 2020, Mary Smith. And then you can put Mary Smith Unlimited, okay? I should have put Fred Jones Unlimited LLC, but I didn't put the LLC on there, but I put all rights reserved. You see that right there? That is the way what you want to put on a copyright notice for all of your material, all of it. Put it right there and put it there every time, Every time. Okay. Y'all get a picture of that. Definitely go ahead and get a picture of that, because that's what you want to put there every time. And that will protect you, and that will keep you, that will help, that will give your people notice. That'll give them notice that your work is protected. Okay. Now, if you neglect to put the proper notice on your work, you have 5 years after the date of publication to fix it. Did you hear what I said? You got 5 years. Also add all rights reserved, because the phrase is required in some foreign countries. So all rights reserved, that phraseology is required in some countries, Okay. All right, folks. So that, I think I just about covered everything. Okay. I've covered everything that I promised to cover, Okay. Are copyrights transferable? Can you transfer a copyright? Let me go ahead and give you that, and then I'm going to wrap this up, okay? Yep, they are. You can slice and dice in various ways. You may transfer the entire interest in a copyright, which is rarely done. Instead, writers grant a license, okay? A license. A license is a right to use. Now, this right here, my friends, this is so good. I'm going to take a moment and put it up here. Okay, when you are an author, you grant authors grant a license, license, license to publishers, publishers. Okay, boom. Okay, so check that out. Okay, authors grant a license to publishers. Okay, authors grant a license. That's all they grant to the publisher, a license. What is a license? Okay, okay. I want to tell you what a license is. A license, license, is a right to use. Okay, it's a right to use only. Okay, only. Okay, all right. It's a right to use only. You, the creator. All right. Now, if I misspell a word, y'all don't hold that against me, all right? Okay. All right. Okay. Now, check it out. See what I just put in there? All right. Check it out. All right. See that right there? Okay. A license is a right to use only. You, the creator, retains the ownership of the copyrighted work. You give other people a license. Okay. All right. That's the main thing that you got to understand that. And see, now this is why it's so important for you to self-publish, because if somebody wants to use your material to create a movie, to do a play, or to do something real phenomenal with, they got to come through you. And when they come through you, then I'm here to tell you, then you can get paid. Okay. So let me show you what this says here. Okay. A license is a right to use. You, the creator, retains the ownership of the copyrighted work. Okay, folks. All righty. I don't know about you all. Have y'all gotten great value from tonight's teaching? Do y'all like this? Do y'all like this kind of training? Do y'all want more of this kind of training? Hey, listen, folks, I really enjoyed sharing with you tonight. If you would like to work with us, or if you want to learn more about what we do, then you can go to bestdrfredjones.com/strategy. My team will be more than glad to talk with you. Become a bestseller overnight. If you're interested in talking with us, go to drfredjones.com/strategy, drfredjones.com/strategy, and we'll be more than glad to talk with you and share with you. Okay. Lorraine Jones Whitfield says, thank you. You're more than welcome. Okay, folks, if you all like what we have been sharing here, I want to encourage you to follow me on Periscope, follow me on my Bookology page, or ask to join the Write Your Worth community. Okay. All right. So I'm Dr. Fred Jones, the book coach and the world's only bookologist, teaching you how to write a book, build a brand, and grow your business. Okay? It's been a great night, folks. I love you all. I value you all. I believe in you all. And I love you unconditionally. Have a good night. Until next time. Bye-bye.